I'm excited to review this cigar today. This is a fairly new cigar from Graycliff, the Graycliff Hotel in Nassau, Bahamas. We've been there several times on visits, usually on cruises, and we were there in December. Well, they have a new cigar called the Maroon label, and this is it. This is the Torpedo version. And as you may remember, I reviewed the Chateau Grand Cru, which is the purple label, and gave it, I believe it was a 91 rating. This cigar is supposed to be a little bit fuller bodied than that cigar, which is a good thing in my opinion if it holds out. So I'm going to try it today, and we're going to get to the review. See how it is. These cigars from Graycliff, which are pretty much, this version is only going to be available at the factory, are not inexpensive. I believe this one was $24. So good draw. Let's try it out. I'm anxious to see if it's full bodied. I may like it. Lot of leather right there. Gentlemen, okay, I'll be back with an update after about a quarter inch or so, half inch. Let's let it settle down. The Graycliff Maroon label Torpedo. About a half inch to 3/4 of an inch in, and the cigar doesn't really have leather notes as it did when it first started. Now it's all about black coffee. That's the first thing you taste. A lot of pepper, cinnamon following the black coffee as soon as it leaves, and then faint vanilla. Finish is pretty long, and a very sweet, thick vanilla. The pepper lingers a little on the palate. This is a good cigar for a Graycliff cigar. This is very full bodied. If you've ever had any of their cigars, you know that they're not the fullest bodied cigars out there. This is going to be a good addition for them because this fills that need in the full bodied market. It's very cool to visit the Graycliff factory. If you take a cruise, a lot of cruises stop in Nassau. Go to the Graycliff factory. They're very accommodating. They like visitors. Of course, it's the Graycliff Hotel, and the factory is in the back of the hotel in a building, but it's usually 12, 14 rollers in there, and none speak English, so you'll never be able to communicate with them unless you speak Spanish. Most of them are Cuban, and the shop, can't remember the gentleman's name, but of course he speaks English, where you purchase the cigars. So they have a huge humidor, cigars everywhere in cabinets, and they'll be glad to show those to you. But so far this cigar is quite nice. A lot of coffee, right? That's the first thing that hits you now at this point. Coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla in that order. Black pepper is right there in the spice and on the finish. Good so far. So we'll come back at about the midpoint or the next time something changes. How about that? So the Graycliff Maroon label Torpedo. Well, I didn't get much further along before we had a change. Now there is some orange citrus. The black coffee, while there, has been overtaken by the cinnamon, followed by some orange citrus. Nice change, nice change. And we're not quite to the midpoint yet. What is that? Over a third. So I thought I would just come back with that update. The orange citrus has sweet notes to it too. The finish is still one long of vanilla, fairly rich and very lingering. So our first big change. Okay, I'll be back with another update at the midpoint or when something else changes. Okay, here we are at the midpoint. Not a lot of changes, but the vanilla seems to be a little more prominent. Still a lot of black coffee there, a lot of pepper. The cinnamon vanilla are about 50-50 there, but the black coffee is still the lead flavor. So as you can see, the burn is very even, and it's a very enjoyable cigar. I would put this at medium to full bodied at this point, and it'll probably be considered a full bodied cigar in the end. It's funny, on some cigars you can pick out every single distinctive flavor, and this was one of them. You can taste them all. So as it gets a little closer to the end, I'll be back and give you some more updates. Just past the midpoint, and another quick update. The vanilla has developed a richness to it. The citrus notes are a little more prominent, but the richness is always good. That's something worth pointing out. That's why I wanted to come back. As you can see, I'm down to the final 2 inches. I'll get down to about where we're nubbing it, and I'll finish up. Well, here in the very final stages, maybe an inch left, I'm about ready to burn my fingers. The cigar finished up with a very rich vanilla. Like that a lot. The coffee never went away. It's always the first and foremost flavor, but very dark coffee notes. But the vanilla and the richness of it really came through at the end. So the cigar made several changes throughout the course of the smoke, and that's good. That's good. Graycliff should be very proud of these cigars and will do well with them. It is pretty much full-bodied, very flavorful. I really liked it a lot. It burned extremely even. The draw was effortless, and all in all, this is a 92. This is a step above in full-bodiedness over the Chateau Grand Cru. Equally as flavorful, maybe more so, but a 92 for the Graycliff Maroon labeled Torpedo.